He's the one who signed the original warrant, is what
Well,
you're
that's
saying.
the name they used. It was fake, I'm sure. Because it doesn't match your other.
Oh, she signed something later. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we get that far. So then comes the first incident. So they mess with him a little bit because now they're a little bit, they want to make sure he does, in your mind, they want to make sure that he does not rat them out for busting down his door for no legitimate purpose. Okay.
Right.
So then we get to the first event, and that was in 2007?
2006. August 2006.
So they basically messed with him, intimidated him for about a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just little things, just make him nervous.
Okay, and then we get to the first event, and then that is...
That's when I started wondering about what's going on here.
Because up to this point, did you think that maybe Tim was getting into trouble? And...
Yeah, I didn't believe him.
Okay.
I was giving him heck, you know.
Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. You know, you're growing up. You know, what is this?
Why
He said, Mom, I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. Then he started telling me the story.
And then you started noticing. Okay, and then we come to the first incident where they actually...
Arrested him.
For?
A D.U.I. It was on North Keystone, August 24, 2006. He had two people in the car. He had actually been at my house. My birthday's the 22nd, and we were celebrating it on the weekend day. And he was sleeping on the couch. And he gets a phone call. He said, I got to go pick up somebody. They were drinking and they don't want to drive. So he goes and picks them up, and he's taking them home. And this cop, his name, and I'm going to say it, his name is Chad Millo, tried to run him off the road. He did not have his police lights or anything. Tim didn't know what. He said, this is the weirdest thing. He's coming...
Now, this is speculation because the only people that are saying this is what, Tim and the two passengers?
Tim and the passenger in the car. I hadn't talked to the second one. He is in the military and not available. He takes bombs apart. He's explosives expert.
Okay, so Tim and this other guy say a cop comes behind them and seems to be trying to drive them off the road.
Right.
Okay, so they pull over.
Yeah.
And how long do you have any clue? How long from when he woke up at your house and was the cops picked him up? Because you know the cop's going to say even though he was asleep on your couch, he went to meet a buddy.
Yeah,
he easily could have.
I don't know, maybe an hour. I don't know, not long.
So it was enough time for him to have. He could have got sloshed.
Yeah, he could have had it in the car too. Okay, but I don't think so.
Okay, so they pick him up and they say that he is sloshed, and that was one of the documents you sent me. That was this one, correct?
Right, and they go over him really good.
And the officer documents what happened with pulling him over, and they take him to jail and charge him with DUI.
Right. The other two guys said they were drunk, but Timmy was.
Okay. And then one of the things that looked weird to you about this was one of the first things that you told me looked weird to you was because the incident occurred, and we will have these documents up, anybody that wants to look at them. This is from the Marion County Sheriff for public release. The weird thing about this one was it was dated 8/25/2006, and it is signed by some officers that after their names has the code IMPD, which stands for what?
Indianapolis Police Department.
And you think that was weird for this to happen on 8/2006. Why was...
Because Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department did not become an entity until January 1st, 2007. So
that led you to believe what about this? Why is that significant?
This report was altered. Okay. Probably in January after 2007.
And they didn't catch it because now they're using IMPD. They wrote the report in January after they actually are Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, and they wrote it up later. So we don't even know when this document was wrote, even though they have the occurred date of 2006, because they have IMPD who did not exist on that day.
That's right, they did not exist.
So that was something that caught your eye as very odd.
Yeah, and also on the I thought I sent it, but anyway, original probable cause affidavit, the time of his arrest.
Was that this?
Oh yes.
I do have it.
Okay, all right. It's got 106.
Okay.
And look at when they have the operator. is it 1206?
Ah, that is interesting. I didn't catch that one. So they
Before he was arrested.
They have that he was arrested at 1:06 on August 25th.
And that would have been about the time.
And they have the operator was at 12:06. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the excuse is.
Well, they could have made a mistake, but there's something else somewhere that I have in some other document that it was like an hour and 15 minutes difference. And Tim he told me that when this Mello guy came up and behind him, when they finally stopped, the first thing the cop did was jump in the trunk of his car and start tearing the trunk apart.
Did he ask Tim's consent to search his car?
No.
Okay, so there was no consent. So then they get him for a DWI.
Right.
And
because he doesn't have anything that they want in the trunk.
And they take him in and they charge him with this.
Right. And Timmy told me that when they took him, he remembers the breathalyzer test, but he noticed that they have a thing that they use hand sanitizer.
On this incident?
2 incidents.
And why are you saying hand sanitizer?
Well, when a friend of mine, one relative or a friend is a cop, and he told them that when you blow into it, and it creates so you do read like you had it.
It has alcohol in it.
Alcohol.
Oh.
If you're on house arrest and you have a bracelet and you have to blow in order to drive to work, or you have to blow for your probation, you cannot use mouthwash because it has alcohol in it. You cannot use cologne because it has alcohol in it. You can't wash your hands with the alcohol in it. Some shampoos even have it in there. So you have to be really careful that you don't.
Tim says that he saw them use it. So Tim's claiming innocent. Tim's saying, I was sleeping on my couch, Mom's couch. My friends were at the bar, called me to pick him up. I was actually doing the proper thing by being the designated driver.
Right, exactly.